Hey everybody, welcome to another video by Squirrel. This is Brian from the Toys for ProLineRacing.com, and in video number 2 you saw me take a brand new shell, cut it out, and form and fit it for this Hyper 9E kit. Now the shell that I'm using is the Nitro kit, not necessarily the electric version. So there's a few things I kind of had to trim up just to actually conform it to the kit. In this video I'm going to show you how to mask with tape. Now you can use any sort of tape that you want that's actually going to work. Personally, what I like to use is painter's tape. Any sort of brand will work. Typically it's blue. So you can use masking tape, whatever it is you have, whatever it is you want, and there's a few different ways that you can actually do this. Most of it's going to involve drawing it out, tracing it, whatever, but the main thing is to get the tape cut in the application that you want or the design that you want. Now as you do this, one of the things you can do as an FYI is you can draw the pattern on here. Now this is recommended if you're actually going to be, which is going to be the first thing I cover, which is actually just applying the tape on the inside. One of the things to keep in mind though as we go along, say you have a flamelet here or whatever, and you didn't really want that flamelet to be right there, one of the things you can do if you do make a mistake is take some isopropyl alcohol, just completely generic, doesn't matter about the grade or whatever, put it on a cloth, and whatever you drew on there will come completely off. So if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Personally, I would try to be perfectionist as much as possible so you get what you want, and at the same time, you know, having your compromise there. Now once you have this removed, you are going to see a faint outline of it. Also, you want to make sure that that section is completely dry. If you take your marker and then run over it real quick again, it's going to kill your marker instantly. So again, two different applications for this. The first one is going to be pretty much straightforward, which is you take your tape and let's say you're actually going to be having a design. We have a flame right here, and you're going to have flames that go all the way around here like so, all the way through here. So what you could do as a strategy is to take your tape and apply it to the shell. And as you apply it, again you want to straighten it out and ensure that it is completely on there. Another thing you can do is take something that's flat. For example, I'll just take my Costco card here, and that actually will ensure that your tape's completely on there. Now what you're going to do to cut it out is take a hobby knife and then again cut out your design. So in this scenario, what I would do if I have my flamelet here, I would remove this section of it. I don't think I cut all the way. Nope. I'm going to be using the shell for other applications too. You'd be removing this part, and then that way you can paint this part of the body, and then this part of the flame will actually be covered by the tape. Oh, I did. Oh well. The other part that you could do, or the other way you can do this, is by taking your roll and putting it on a flat surface. Typically what I'll use for this is something that's wooden that I can just lay flat. So I'm just going to move all this stuff. Lay it flat, and then I can draw my flame. What I then can do is take it, cut it out however it is you need, and then remove your flame. And it's going to be almost like a decal where you apply it. Now either method you do, you're going to be left with some stuff that you're going to need to fill in. If you find yourself in that mess, one thing you can do is to take your tape and rip it like so. Not having a flat edge and kind of wavy like so will allow you to transition your flames. or whatever design you have a little easier. And again, when you apply these, take a card and ensure that it's nice and straight. Another thing you can do is take your hair dryer, and while you're pushing it out, reestablishing the adhesiveness, the glue of the tape, and it'll flat out, or it'll flatten it out. Alright, so the final part of this is you have everything masked, right? Now if I was to start painting this right here, obviously I'm not going to get everything, so make sure you have the tape where you want it before you start painting. The next part is to ensure that if you have your tape on there, be sure to flip it over and look for any air bubbles or anything where the tape isn't sticking. You're going to have a lot of different contours to the shell, and as you have your tape wrap around the molded part of the shell, there could be some areas that aren't going to be covered from the tape. So ensure you have those actually covered. Also, again, before you start painting, take a credit card or something like that and try to smooth out all areas as much as possible. Also, take a hair dryer and ensure that you reactivate the adhesiveness of the tape and try to get everything on there as close as possible. You don't want any air bubbles, you don't want any open spots or anything of the sort. Basically what that's going to do is take your lines and it's going to actually bleed as far as the paint getting in there. So as you have all that, a good taped up shell is in your future. So with that, I'm going to move on. I really don't use tape. What I tend to do is liquid masking, which is what video number 4 is going to be about. So if you don't really like using tape and you want to learn about the wonderful world of liquid mask, video number 4 is right up your alley. And it's next. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support. Take it easy.